When the 2020 Democratic primaries started, Democrats were lauded for how much ethnic diversity was on the debate stages. It was historic.
A crowded and diverse field of declared or likely Democrats.
More women, more ethnic minorities than ever before.
But that's all over.
That diversity has dwindled in recent weeks and months. You know, Andrew Yang was the only candidate of color on that stage in December, and he will not be there in January.
And for a party that's propped up by voters of color, specifically Black voters, there's a concern about the possible impact of that diversity not being reflected on stage. Out of the last candidates of color standing, this will be the second debate stage that Tulsi Gabbard won't be on, and the first for Andrew Yang.
People of color are more likely to tune in when they see someone who looks like them on screen.
Tiffany Cross is a co-founder and managing editor of The Beat DC and a political commentator. There's still plenty of debate about how the lack of diversity actually happened. Did the DNC requirements set folks up to fail? Was it media coverage? Was it the lack of polls to qualify for the January debate? Remember, all of the candidates other than Tom Steyer that will be on stage qualified before the December debate even took place. The answer is probably a little bit of all of that, but what this means for the party and its future is probably most important. One thing to watch is how the lack of diversity might impact turnout in the primary and the general election for Dems. Having a white nominee is one thing, but if the issues of Black and brown voters aren't continuously highlighted through November, activists are worried turnout could take a hit. It's a concern really born out of 2016, where Black voter turnout declined by 7 points compared to 2012.
And so it presents this conversation to the American people that your entire political interest is centered on the white people of this country, which is clearly out of step with the changing demographics of America.
Reminder, the census estimates the nation will be minority white in 2045. The DNC has made clear they aren't lowering their requirements, and unless one of the candidates of color has a surge in polling, the remaining debates and eventual Democratic nominee could be white. And that's where the Veep race becomes even more important and colorful.
The key constituency group to securing that Democratic nomination runs right through the heart of Black America. So they had damn well better be looking at their number 2 on the ticket. A ticket that lacks in diversity is not going to win.
And the bench has more diversity than ever before. There's the obvious former 2020 contenders, Cory Booker, Kamala Harris, and Julian Castro, but also the almost governor of Georgia / progressive darling, Stacey Abrams.
Stacey Abrams could be the Sarah Palin to any ticket on the Democratic side. She could bring out bigger crowds than any of those people at the top of the ticket. So I think the bottom of the ticket is going to really impact what we see at the polls. So I think this is the last time that we're going to see kind of the party of like older, angry white men, be the center of the conversation. I think you will see a lot more diversity at every party level, from fundraising to media to the candidates that we actually see on stage. At least I hope so.